Greetings, everyone. My name is Florence Bisang. My speech for today will be on effective study skill. I would like to ask the class who who can explain what it means by effective study skill, or what do you know when we talk of effective study skill? Assuming we know what it's all about. I would say, I would describe that or explain that effective study skills are very important part of academic success. Poorly developed study skills are a major reason of academic underachievement. When we put this point that I'm going to explain in practice and we make it a way in our studies, we have a good goal which lead to success. One of the points, as I'm going to say, we find a quiet place to study. What do I mean by a quiet place? Where you have no distraction, no noise. When you live alone, you can create this quiet place in your house, in your sitting room, or anywhere in the house. But when you live with family, where they come in and out, they can distract you, they can put noise. You have to create this area where you know no one can come as easy as he or she wants to. We cannot take the sitting room as our quiet place, or the dining area where it's located in some houses in the kitchen as our study place. But the room, your room, might be a study place for you. And when you maintain the study place, you have to get a desk, a chair. As Mark Lubert stated, in study less, study smart, you don't face the television or the bed. You put your back against it so that you don't look at it. Because when you study, you are not reading. Study is when you actually concentrate. You want to get the knowledge, the facts that you can use during tests or quiz. So you are studying. Reading is when you just get a novel, a newspaper, and you read. You are not getting down the details. That is reading. But what we are talking today is studying. How do we study so that we achieve success at the end? In your room, you put off your television and you sit on a desk upright and study. My second point would be taking down notes when studying. When studying, as I earlier said it, it's not the same like reading. You actually want to keep this stuff, this knowledge on in your memory to use it afterwards. So you can use this knowledge at any moment. Taking down notes in your own writing helps you to summarize your study, put down necessary facts, things that you want to know them and remember them. You can summarize them in very short notes. And these notes, as Mark also quoted, you should revise it at all times. Revise it after study. When you are relaxing, you just go over it. It's in your own writing. You can understand it much better. And you'll be able to remember most of the facts. The next point I will talk again. When you study, no, during the period of studying, your brain takes a lot of energy. So take a bite, and a break. So for a normal human individual, when you are studying 30 minutes to an hour or 15 minutes to 30 minutes, your brain is able to make use of it. It absorbs the knowledge. You are able to understand what you're reading. But after that, your brain cannot take more. Some individual can study for 2 to 4 hours. Some can study up to 5 hours, depending. Like for me, I do study 2 hours. After 2 hours, I can't get anything. I have to stand up and get out of that area. So when you know your brain cannot take it anymore, depending on your system, you look at the page, you turn back on the same page, and things are not entering. That tells you your brain is tired. It's time for break. You take a break, you walk out, you get a bite, get something. It might be fruit or water, but not ice cream or something very cool or sugary, because that will slow your brain down. It will freeze it up. Another point I would talk of is work routine work. How you schedule your work, how you schedule your study time. When you make when you put a routine into uh, in, when you put a routine to create a work habit, it leads to success. Because when you when you create a habit creates a success. What do I mean by that? Is that when you schedule to work, when you schedule to study on certain days, you try to keep those days and hours. Let's say you say you want to study from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight, and on Mondays, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday or Sunday is your resting day, hanging out with friends, chatting, playing with family, taking out going out for park with children. You try to maintain this habit that I study this day at this time. Don't procrastinate your study. Put it out and maintain that habit. It will lead to success, because with time your body will adapt to it, and at that moment is the time the brain wants to study. You want some stuff, want some this. When you put it in practice, it will lead to success. Uh, the next one I will talk on is stress management. Stress management is very important. So we make sure we are stress free when we have to do our work. From here, I will call it off. My time is over. Any question, any clarification, or any point to add in? Or if not, I will say my references were from Mark Lodell, who stated, study less, study less, and study more. Smart. Australian Christian College, scieric.ed.gov. Thank you for listening.